Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Series. And we are changing teams. The question is, who are we going to? I did actually have an idea of who I wanted to go with. I wanted to go with either Ferrari or Mercedes, but if you paid attention to my community tab, you'll notice that our manager rating was nowhere near enough to join Ferrari and just short of joining Mercedes. So neither of those options was viable. And I'm like, and then I looked, and the only two teams we have, well, you'll see in a minute, but probably no surprise as to which two teams are the only other options available apart from staying at AlphaTauri. We are still going to move, though. I did commit to moving. I mean, we could have stayed and done another season, tried to defend the titles, but honestly, I think we would have managed that quite comfortably. And hardcore mode is all about going hardcore. So we are going to move to start all over again, effectively. But first, we need to actually just finish up with AlphaTauri. So, before we do anything else, we have a little bit of business to attend to. Ron Meadows is out of contract. I did want to acquire him at our new team, but obviously we're not going to be able to. Because he's going to re-sign. Obviously, if we were going to go to Ferrari, he would probably re-sign with Ferrari. That would have been perfect. But we're going to try and sign him for AlphaTauri. We'll put him on a 4-year deal. Put him on a 1.4 mil contract. With a 10% signing fee. There we go. And there we go. So, Ron Meadows will take over from Alan Permain as sporting director for next season. Alan only had the 1 year left on his contract, so we haven't broken anything in terms of the rules by doing that. And we're leaving them in a very, very strong position. Also, because of where we're going, I feel it would be unfair to Mick to drag him out of this team that's now a success and then take him to a team that's not. So we are not going to be taking Mick with us. We are not going to be taking Mick's race engineer either. We are going to leave the team intact, apart from obviously that one little change that we've made. We are also going to leave them a nice bunch of cash for the start of the season, but on top of that, we are also going to upgrade their factory, which was about to break. So that circumvents the whole need to refurbish it as soon as we're gone, and also gives them a maxed out factory. The design center refurb is going through. This way, apart from the factory, everything will be at level 4. So they'll have room to grow on their own a little bit. Obviously, the factory will be fully maxed. The other facilities should be fine. Taking a quick look. Yeah, everything else is fine apart from the memorabilia room. We are going to upgrade that for them as well. And we're going to leave them with about 21, 22 mil. And that is all we can do. So let's move on. So as you can see, our manager rating is 408. We gained 200 points on the manager rating. Not enough to join Ferrari. And we missed out on Mercedes by 26 points. So we basically can either stay with AlphaTauri, which we've committed to leaving, or we can sign for Alfa Romeo, or we can sign for Haas. Now, both teams are pretty poor. That's the state of AlphaTauri. That's the state of Alfa Romeo, and that's who I'm signing for. We are moving to Alfa Romeo to restart our challenge, effectively. So, sponsorship time. We don't have a huge starting balance, 18.5 mil. So we're going to have to get a little creative with how we generate some extra income. Not going to increase the race hospitality. Memorabilia room, we're going to max that out as we always do. It's worth nothing, but you know, it's better than nothing. Let's see, both drivers are going to have media appearances. We are going to cut the number of those down to the minimum, which is 15, but that's worth an extra 7.5 mil. And then that's it. They're the only commitments that we have, so everything else is now optional. We are going to add in some merchandise, but I don't know how much I can really afford. I'm going to go with 2,000 units. So we're going to get about 2.8 mil per race. No, we're going to make about 2.8 mil profit over the season. We're currently on about 2.3 mil per race, which is terrible. Not going to do race sim events, not going to do race factory events or factory events. Race driver weekend appearances. I don't like to do these, but see how much we can get if we put both drivers in for a limited number. This will affect their control rating. You know what? No, let's not do it. We don't want our drivers crashing, costing us money. So, let's see if we can maybe squeeze a touch more merchandise. There we go. We'll go with that. 2,500 units. That leaves me 12 mil to work on the car with, and to sign Ollie Behrman. Yeah, there we go. So we're not going to earn much per race. We're going to have to really be careful with how much money we spend. Our new title, our new objective is to finish in 9th this season. Our long-term objective is to score points in 50% of the season's races. Don't know if we're going to be able to do that or not. There are no financial changes this year, but of course we have got technical changes. Let's see how much research Alfa Romeo got done. So they did a good job on chassis research. Front wing is lacking. Rear wing is also lacking. Side pods is lacking. Underfloor is lacking. and they did a good job on suspension. So they cut off 2 parts. The others need some work. We have got changes to the allocation for this season. So I did Alpha finish. I think they finished in 9th last season. So we're going to gain an extra 1.8 MAU hours over last season's regs. We'll have 7.8, which is quite nice. And in terms of wind tunnel, we'll have 104 wind tunnel hours every every testing period, which is nice as well. So that's good. We've got Ferrari engines. I'm going to immediately save 3 million and move to Renault. That gives us 15 mil. And there we go. So, evening Anthony, evening Baron, evening Ben, evening Hado, Clarks, Daniel, good to see you guys. I could have made Mick a champion at Alpha. Yeah, I could have done, but like I said, I mean, we had a plan. Unfortunately, we couldn't execute. This was, I think, the next best alternative. This gives us 3, maybe 4 seasons before the new game comes out to try and build up Alpha around Romeo and see if we can pull off a repeat of our rise to form with AlphaTauri. I'm also kind of curious to see how quickly AlphaTauri will fall away, or if they'll be able to, hold position. I'm really also curious to see how well other teams will have caught up this year. What rating is Bearman? You're about to find out. About to sign him. He's an 85, I believe. So, obviously, we spent a lot of time working on Bearman at last season, making sure he was as good as possible. Now we are going to go ahead and actually sign him. Oh, Perez is a free agent. And so is Valtteri. There is Ollie Bearman. So let's get him signed. We are going to replace Richard Bashaw. Going to put him on a 5-season deal, starting immediately. Start by offering him 3 million. Offer him 100 grand as a signing bonus. No race bonus. And he's happy with that. So, there we go. We now have Ollie Bearman and Isaac Ajar, 2 very promising young drivers. With a season of experience for Isaac as well. Let's take a quick look at how we can develop him. His stats are very nice. Adaptability is definitely a weak point. So we want wet weather track. Unless there's another area. There we go. Short run pace. Actually, we'll go here, because then we can improve his smoothness at the same time. So that's the biggest weakness in his area. As for Ollie, his is racecraft. So we want him in wheel-to-wheel racing, I think. Actually, no, we'll put him in race strategy, so we can work on his smoothness at the same time as well. We've got Dino Beganovic as our reserve. We'll leave him there. I don't think we're going to be hiring or putting anyone else in the cars. This is our lineup now for the rest of this career mode. Let's have a look at our staff. We've got Jan Moncho, Martin Werner, Po Rivera, Antoine Okler. Now, this is quite interesting. Antoine Okler used to be Prema race engineer, so he definitely was mix race engineer. I think he was also Oscar Piastri's engineer. He might also have been Ollie Behrman's as well. And I think Poe used to manage Isaac. Let's have a look. Oh, they both have. Okay. Yeah, there you see. Look, Oscar Piastri, Ollie Behrman, Mick Schumacher. Okay. We're going to switch him over. Just so that that's race engineer for car 1, which is Isaac's car. That's race engineer for car 2. Oh, he has a low affinity with Isaac. Okay. In that case, we'll switch him back. 52 weeks. And 52 weeks. Yeah, okay. We'll leave them like that then. That way both of our drivers will have a good relationship with their engineers. Let's take a look at our sporting director, Matthew Gaze. It actually looks pretty decent. We want him working on training and processes. Gonna need to boost leadership, actually. Yeah, leadership and processes. And of course, we can't do leadership and processes. Let's see, we want to get the composure stat up. Let's go with that. Poe. There we go. Martin Werner is terrible at cooling. Really good at high-speed downforce. That explains a lot as to why they were so fast at certain parts of the track last year. Okay, we need to boost cooling. There we go, airflow intake. Jan Moncho needs to improve his front wing and rear wing. There we go, grip and traction. How good or bad is the car? Let's have a look. It's not horrendous. It's certainly not the 4th best car. That's for sure. Oh, evening, Derek. Am I keeping Martin? Yes, we're keeping all of our staff for this season. No changes. The only change we've made is to bring in Ollie. We don't have the funds to improve the car and improve our staff. I haven't even actually, speaking of, I haven't looked at how bad our facilities yet. I'm not looking forward to this. We have got a CFD upgrade going through. That is encouraging. Oh, that is not. Our factory is almost completely dead. Design center isn't too far behind. Our wind tunnel is looking a little ropey. So is our car part test center. Ooh, that's level 3, level 3. That's about to become level 3. That's only level 2. Level 2. Level 2. Oh! That's rough. Everything in here is okay for now. Race Sim is just about hanging on. Same with the team hub. Operational facilities. Boardroom is not great, but it's not horrendous. Helipad needs well, it needs a lot. It's only level 2. We can upgrade that when we get close to Baku. Not Baku, Bahrain. Memorabilia room is level 3. Tour center is level 3. Let's get that going right away. Bring in extra cash per week. Yeah, not worried about the memorabilia room. This is rough. To refurb that. Really wanted to upgrade, but this is just going to eat all of my money. The wind tunnel can wait. It's a bit too expensive, as is that. We're down to just 6 million. It's enough for a couple of parts. It's not a lot. Evening, Elian. Evening, Baron. All right. So, cooling is bad. Airflow's not too bad. Drag is okay. Front wing is a disaster. Rear wing isn't horrendous. It's average. Side pods. Cooling's a disaster. Airflow's not too bad. Underfloor is an utter disaster. Worst underfloor on the grid by far. So, that's what we're doing first. And suspension's not too bad. So, let's get an underfloor into development. We're going to throw everything we've got on that underfloor. Because our facilities are so bad right now that even with all of those hours, our gains are going to be minimal. So everything is bad. Everything is very, very bad. There we go. Now that you start stripping the weight out, we'll start to see some decent little performance improvements. Let's get that going. It'll take 43 days. I want that to be intense. We're going to have a really, really rough first race. But we need to maximize any kind of little bit of gain that we can make. So just the one engineer. Got 1.8 mil. That's not even enough to do a chassis on intense. So that's it. That's our only bit of car development so far. It's piss poor. About looking at staff. There we go. Pit crew. Let's get their training in place. Right, so be interesting to see how good a job we can do keeping the same pit crew training system. The same sporting director, but I mean, Alfa Romeo didn't score a single point in the pit stop competition last season. See how high we can get them. Let's go to cumulative. They've got a little bit of fatigue, but it's not too bad. Their car building's at 81%. Oh, very nice. I can do a little bit of maintenance with that every month, but we can work on performance everywhere else. That is a very, very healthy car building stat. I'd never seen a car building stat above 60 something percent. The highest I've ever seen it is what we got it to with Alpha Tower at the end of last season, which was like 67%, I think. I always neglect it. I focus on gym training and pit stop drills. So it's going to take us a while to get the time down, but right now our chance of a mistake is way too high. So we have to really dial that in. That's 18.5%, and that's when they're well rested. Terrible. No wonder they never scored. Ian Victor? Who do I think is the most overrated and underrated on the game and in real? Most overrated in the game is Stroll. You know, he is way better in this game than he is in reality. Most underrated is Oscar Piastri. His stats at the start of this game are criminal. There we go. So we'll gain 1.4% reduction in chances of mistakes. We'll gain very little in estimated pit stop time. We'll just maintain the car building. But not a bad month. Bringing that error chance down a little by a little bit. Evening, Mr. Walter. How are you tonight? Valtteri would be a great option. No, Valtteri would be a disaster. Valtteri has devolved. Valtteri is an 87 now. And he's old. He's not going to improve. We've got two young drivers only a couple of points behind him. He would also be horrendously expensive as well. So, right, we've done our pit crew. We've done our car developments, or what little of that we can. There's nothing more we can get done at this stage. So let's advance. Oh, for God's sake, we've got concerns with the simulator. All right, driver lineups for the coming season. Obviously, AlphaTauri remains unchanged. Embry Plum has signed as reserve. Interesting. Max and Charles stay at Red Bull. Roman Staniek is their reserve driver. Scrolling a bit further down, Lance Stroll has gone to Ferrari. Oh my word, to replace Perez. Albon has gone to Aston Martin. Jürgen Hoffmann is their reserve. Donatana has moved to Ferrari from Aston. Moving down, Sainz stays at Alpine. Yuki's back on the grid with Gabriele Mini. Norris and Ocon remain at McLaren. Josef Hubner is their reserve. Williams have kept Magnussen and Giovinazzi. They've got Manuel Gauthier. Haas has kept Maloney and Pourchaire. And have got Hiroshi Onishi. We've obviously changed our lineup a little bit. Mercedes have kept Zhou and signed Vladimir Belajac as their other, lead driver, with Sebastian Montoya as their reserve. Interesting choices. Very interesting choices. Got to shut the thing down. Just hope that it has broken. Otherwise, we are wasting 80 grand. But I'd rather it be shut down briefly and only cost 80 grand than be shut down for a long time and cost considerably more. Considering we don't have any money and aren't going to have much money at all at any point this year. Oh, it had broken. It's going to cost us 192 grand to fix, but it would have cost us a lot more if we'd left it alone. Okay, not too bad. And it is now back up and running again. I've got 2 million in the bank, which means I can now go ahead and get started on a new chassis. We go. Oh, going to be a tough season. Oh yeah, this is going to be horrendous. Right, tour center is upgraded. Let's max that out now. There we go. Bring in a little bit of extra cash again every week. If the simulator upgrade is done, that's nice. Look how little we were getting in the condition it was in. My God. That is appalling. Ollie Behrman has increased to 86. And so has Isaac Ajar. Both increased at the same time. Got idle scouts, idle engineers. Let's go to do some scouting. We might as well, seeing as we have the scouts. Not sure how many scouts we've got. Let's start looking at who's available. Oh, Alan Permain's on the free market. Nobody picked him up. Well, we've committed to sticking with Matthew Gaze. 87's not too bad. So Tariq Basra is the first that would be interested in signing. He is the same age and same overall rating as Jan Monchot. Heads of Aero. Dickon is the first. He's much older than Martin and only a point better. Race engineers. Kind of happy to stick with our engineers for now. They're young. They've got plenty of room to grow. We just obviously won't get any audio commentary from them, I don't think. And yeah, sporting director. Apart from Alan Permain, Sven is the first one that would be welcome to an approach. I'm not going to sign him. I'm going to save a little bit of cash. I'm going to bin off the scouts. I don't think we actually need to scout anybody. There we go, no scouts. Another 10 days on the underfloor. Okay. Hopefully I get 10 days extra expertise out of it. Victor missed the beginning. Why this team? Because our manager rating wasn't high enough to sign for Ferrari or Mercedes. So basically, because I'd committed to leaving Alfa Tauri, the only two teams I could sign for were Alfa Romeo or Haas. So chose Alfa Romeo. What features I'm hoping they put in F1 24? Other than what they've already announced, I don't know if they're going to stealth up, drop anything in there as well, or if they're just holding details back. I'm hoping live timings. Better returning to the track with an incident, you know, using escape roads, that kind of things. Let's see, we got a point in accuracy for Isaac and a point in defending for Ollie, and don't really care about Dino because he's never going to get into the team. Let's sort out our pit crew training again for the next month. Gradually bringing that estimated pit stop time down, very gradually. I was initially planning on doing just a big block of gym training, but given how high our chance of a mistake is, I've got to work on that as well, unfortunately. Keeping the fatigue level nice and low, if I can, or at least manageable. There we go, and then we'll put in a day there as well. All right, not bad. We'll reduce the chances of mistakes down a bit more. Gain another 0.04 of a second on the pit stop, and just maintain that car building. Evening, Hedgehog. You knew my suggestion for Haas and the worst pit stop time. Well, Alfa Romeo didn't score any points last season either, and well, you can see that they're still 3.1 seconds. Yeah, they're still horrendous as well. I've been wondering where you were on the live streams as well. Missed you. Oh boy, look at those stats. 35, 39. Oh yeah, they are rough. No wonder. Okay. Got a little bit of cash. Let's work on a side pod. Again, everything's pretty rough. Going with 3 mil because I need to keep a little bit of cash back. I also need to upgrade that now. We're getting close. let's go ahead and upgrade the board. There we go. So it costs 720 grand. That's enough for us to make a start on a project when it comes. Right. Design center refurb is done. Thank God. Factory refurb is done. Yes. Need to get that upgraded. That's going to cost me 11 mil. Oof. That's still 2.6 and 3 mil to get those fixed. Ooh. All right. 12 centers maxed out. We'll now get a nice weekly sum of money. There you go. 96.8 grand a week. That will definitely help. Memorabilia refurb is done. Helipad upgrade is done. Let's go to the facility and slap another upgrade on that. Chassis is done. We can now get that into manufacturing. I can get one of those into manufacturing. It's going to take a while to get used to the fact that everything's going to take so much longer to build. Don't think I've got the 550 I need yet. No, I don't. Okay. There we go. Save a bit more cash. Boardroom is improved. Our sporting director rating has increased. Very nice. Yeah, car is not great, is it? It's going to be a very rough first half of the season at this rate. Underfloor is ready to go into production, although we don't have the money for that. Or do we? Can I get one? Yes, I can. Excellent. Make sure I'm building the right one. Made that mistake before. Oh, if only I had the money. Still wouldn't do it. Hopefully we'll get the option again, later. Right. Reach Q3 with both cars. What are you smoking? I have no idea where we're going to qualify, but it ain't going to be there. Oh, okay. Let's see. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Evening, Clark. Oh, yeah. That's what the car is like at the team we've just left. The acceleration has dipped a bit. Low speed isn't too bad. It's pretty good. Fifth. They're very strong in the medium and high speeds. Best brakes on the grid. So we left them in a decent position, and that's what they've done to improve the car. That's where they sit on the grid. Let's take a look at Ferrari and McLaren. Okay, Red Bull and Mercedes. Alpine and Williams. Haas and Aston. Oh, wow. Haas have got a good car. Look at that. Third in top speed. First in acceleration. They've got a strong DRS. They've got very good dirty air performance. Haas could be a bit of a team to keep an eye on. They're almost as quick. It's not by much. They're only 0.01 kilometers an hour slower than AlphaTauri. Obviously, they're lacking a bit in the downforce. Better acceleration by a fairly significant amount. Just down 3%, nearly 4% in the DRS, down a little bit in the downforce areas. But yeah, Haas could be a contender for regular points again. Could have chosen Haas instead of Alpha. No, I think I made the right choice. Right. I really have no idea where we are going to end up. I'm going to be extremely conservative with my estimates just for this first race, because I want to see just how well we can actually do. And I'm not going to set a streak. That's it. That's all we're going to commit to.
Welcome to Bahrain, ladies and gentlemen. F1 is back. As we start a brand new season, the slate is wiped clean, and all 20 drivers prepare to make an instant impact ahead of an exciting year. The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage. It's all about focus and balance to get victory here. Mercedes will be giving a shot to new talent this weekend, but the question is, can they compete with the old hands? Sit tight then for the rest of the action.
So then, it begins anew. Right. Soft tyres for the first session. Uh, 17 laps for Bahrain. Let's grab the book. Okay, so let's go with a 4, 11, 5, 7, 3, a 3.15, and a 0. There we go. And for Ollie, let's go with 10.5, 11.5, 6.4. A 3.3 and a 0.4. There we go. Well, let's see which of our two drivers is actually slightly quicker than the other one. They should be very evenly matched on pace. Behrman looks quicker. Give him a chance to break away. We'll see if he is quick. Oh, bang my head on my bookcase, bookshelf. Let's see if he is quicker. Not really. Only because of the slipstream. They are both very, very closely matched.
Are you happy with the car?
Go like that.
Let's have a look. 84%. That's not bad. And 85%. So they're both very, very similar distance away from where they need to be. I wonder if they're going to converge on an identical setup. We'll see when they get back to the pits. It does look as though Behrman is just a fraction quicker
Okay, we're coming now.
on a lap-by-lap basis. Again, they're so evenly matched. They kind of fluctuate. Some laps Ollie's quicker, some laps Isaac's a little bit quicker. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see over the course of the season. That could be an 11. I don't think it'll be a 12. I've never seen a 12 here. So we'll go with an 11. Let's go 5, 11, 5, 5, 3.45, 0.7. Could do it. We'll try it. This also is going to need change. Let's go. That's not going to work. 5, 11, 6, 4, 3.15 and 0.3. Good work. Let's see. Belajax is on, well, he's on hard tyres right now. Joe is on mediums. A couple of tenths slower than Joe. Okay, interesting. Send them out. Send them back out again. Whoops. Lost a little bit of track time there. Careless. Lost about 4 minutes on track. Maybe 3. Schumacher goes third in the standings. Oscar's not currently on track. Mistake for Magnussen. Oscar is now on track, and there is the number 1 on Oscar's car that we helped put there. The 8 has been dropped. It's no longer 81. It's just 1. And it's a bittersweet sight. %, so we have improved by what, 6% there? 94%, big improvement for Ollie.
Give me some feedback.
I'm happy to keep it like it is.
Okay, copy.
Hey, our first audio. All right. Medium tires. Let's take a look at the setup. Just a little off. Go. .5, 11 point. No, I want an 11, don't I? 4.5, 11. Don't want to change that. 5.5, if that's too much of a change. I'll just have to wing it. Let's try. Not going to change the traction enough. Let's try that. So if we do get it right, we want 40 laps of fuel. If we get it wrong, we'll just call him in early and take a bit of fuel out for the second half of the run. Let's have a look at Ollie. So let's pull the front wing down to a 4.5. Actually, no, let's do it with the camber. Pull the camber down to a 3.35. pull that back in to there, and we'll try that. Let's put a little bit of space between them. Yeah, I did put him on mediums, good. Right, so what is Hajar's number? Hajar is number 59. I think Ollie's 52, memory serves. Yeah, 52. Okay. All right, so Yuki's back on the grid this season. Let's see if he immediately starts torpedoing people. Interestingly, if you are interested, I actually have a separate file where I stay at Alpha Tauri, which I'm just running in the background just to see what happens if in terms of defending the title. I did the first race of the season earlier today. I won with Mick. I got fifth or sixth with Oscar, who didn't have a great race, and Sonoda was involved in 2 incidents in his first race back. Let's see if history repeats itself tonight. All right, we've got the setup nailed for Isaac there. Excellent stuff. No improvement for Ollie. Okay, let's call him in. Alright, so some improvement, just not in the right areas. Go to a 3.4 on the camber. Let's move that to a 0.6. Stay at a... actually, let's pull the front wing down to a 4.5. No, we'll stay at a 5. Let's see if that works. Probably should have taken some fuel out.
Now.
Spin for Maloney at the end of the lap. Ollie's back on track. Yeah, my hope for tonight is that we just keep our noses clean. We don't have any big incidents with our drivers, and we get one car into the top 15. Our performance on paper is not great at all. 96 again.
Copy that.
Eesh, this car is proving tricky. Well, we've got to keep him out for the rest of the session. It's not just the track knowledge we need to work on tonight, it's the car part knowledge as well. Starting with a brand new car. Let's see then. Needs to change. We are getting closer and closer. Is that really going to be? Got to be a 4.5. Got to be. Means that is probably a 0.55. Kind of need to run it for the whole session here. So I hope that's it. Oscar is going to run for the whole session. Once again, we'll put a little bit of space between our drivers. That way we can monitor their lap times without them slipstreaming each other. Look at that, just 6 thousandths of a difference on their opening lap. Behrman now a couple of hundredths quicker. Now Hajar slightly quicker, now Behrman's slightly quicker. Yeah, they're fluctuating. They are very, very evenly matched. Well, that will help us if we try and do slipstreaming. Which I think we're going to have to do just to make sure we can get our cars up. But at the same time, if we can jump higher than we're supposed to be in qualifying, we're just going to go backwards in the race. That might not be a good thing. So maybe we just let them qualify where they're going to qualify in this opening race, see what our pace is actually like, try and manage them in the race. And hope they don't hit each other. "96% again. What?
Let me just say like this.
Yeah, copy that.
I can't quite believe that this car has had 3 separate setups that have all ended up at 96%. Well, need to run in for the whole session, so no changes. Not until checkered flag. Look at that, Oscar and Mick top of the timings. Briefly before Norris usurps them. Alpha are definitely going to be a challenge this season for the title again. That's good. That's what we wanted to see. Genuinely curious as to whether an AI Oscar can retain his title. That's a lock-up for Isaac.
Here's the
I can see him,
replay.
he's off the screen at the
Here we
moment.
go,
So
heading
big
into
lock
turn
up into
one.
turn one.
Very heavy on the brakes. They were just unable to do much about it.
Oh, not that bad. And then he just sits there. And that's what needs to change. How long it takes for cars to get back on the track. Because look how many cars are just going through. In a race, this would be an utter disaster. He could easily have pulled back onto the track at any point there. But he sat and waited for half a dozen cars to go through. That there would have cost him a lot. Well, let's see how much it did cost him. 21 seconds being sat there waiting for half a dozen cars to go through. They were all pretty well spaced out as well. That desperately needs to be fixed going forward in the next installment. Cars take way too long to get back on track. And that would have destroyed any chance that Jar had in the race of having a decent result. Not only putting him 21 seconds further back, but would have completely killed his confidence as well. There we go. Practice is done. Teo popping up with a very quick time at the end there. Let's get prepped for quali.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Bahrain's track is dusty and abrasive, and even under the floodlights, qualifying is tough on soft tyres. Teams will need to use their tyre allocations wisely.
Now, there's been a bit of talk lately about Oscar Piastri. Karun, how's he been doing?
They must be feeling good after their fast lap times in practice. Confidence can do great things for a driver, so I'm excited to see how they handle qualifying.
So don't go anywhere, folks. It's nearly time for qualifying.
Okay, so that is the change I'm going to make. I'm either going to get it or I'm going to be 1 point away. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's send them out. Evening, Juice. And again, despite there being two separate designs for Alfa Romeo and their terms of their helmet for new drivers,
Okay, mate, just try to work as much as you can on tires. As much as you can on tires.
Copy.
we are still seeing the same helmet design on both cars. It's just silly little things like that that really bug me about this game. I love it. You know how much I enjoy this game. You know, the fact that I'm still streaming it, 5 nights a week after 2 years now. But yeah, there are a lot of little things that just niggle away at me every now and again. And helmets has been a bugbear of mine since the first game. Star Engine does have a different sound this year. Of course, we're using Renault for the first time. When we were at AlphaTauri, we had Honda in the first season, then we switched to Mercedes, then we switched to Ferrari, and then we went back to Honda.
Here ahead. And push.
And now we are with Renault. Are the upgrades going mainly on facilities this season? No. No. Upgrades are going mainly on the car. We'll try and improve a facility this year, but I don't think we're going to have the money to improve two. Alfa Romeo will be tougher than my AlphaTauri. Well, yeah, because we've got to start from the back of the grid again. Behrman does have that little edge on this lap. Oh wow, big difference in time. Big difference in time. That's a hell of a lap from Behrman to be only 4/10 away from Verstappen, so I don't think that's necessarily a bad lap for Isaac. I think it was just a blinder of a lap from Ollie. I think Hajar might be able to get closer on another run. I'm not sure Oscar will improve on that. Ollie. I'm going to keep calling one of my drivers Oscar at some point this year. Just because I'm so used to having Oscar on the team. Speaking of, there is the new world champion with the number 1 on his car. Let's see what he can do on his first flying lap. Coming up to the second split. And now turns 14 and 15 to go. And the run to the line. Can Oscar have really, really strong pace here? Second, 56 thousandths behind Max. Okay, they are going to be fighting for the title again. Right, we're going to wait till the end of the session before we go again. Mick's in 5th, couple of tenths back. I think Ollie is probably safe, but we'll run him again just in case. Where's Yuki? Yuki is 12th, right behind his teammate. Literally right behind him, just 11 thousandths of a second slower. Oscar's going out for a new lap. And here comes Mick. He's going to be stuck behind us. Okay, so Ocon is behind on an in-lap. He's not going to be pushing us out of the way. Going to be a little bit of traffic for Ollie, potentially, on his flying lap. Don't know about Isaac. Stroll currently in the drop zone for Ferrari. Russell up in 9th. Look at the tightness of the first 10 places on the grid, less than 3 tenths. Joe's kind of close there, but it's only 4 tenths separating the top 13 right now. Schumacher could go top, so he's going to be slipstreaming Isaac all the way around here. So while the ratings of the car aren't great, again it's paper ratings, the actual performance gap isn't as far away as I feared it might be. Isaac's improved in the first sector, but now he's going to come under pressure from Mick. He's going to try and find a way past him. Norris gets out of the way. No improvement for Ollie so far. But then I wasn't expecting an improvement because that was a hell of a first lap. We're having to drive defensively, which isn't good. It's going to compromise us here into turn 11. Definite improvement from Isaac here. Is he going to be compromised into turn 14? No, good. No improvement from Ollie. Isaac improves and we get both cars through. And Mick does get a mighty slipstream to go 4 tenths quicker than his teammate at the top there. 4 tenths quicker than everyone. So he slips. Oh no, both cars got knocked out. No, by the tiniest of margins. Damn it, I thought we were through. Alright, well, at least we've got an opportunity to move up through the grid in the race. It's Porsche who takes the opening pole of the season ahead of Leclerc, Maloney, Norris, Sainz, Verstappen, Schumacher, Russell, Piastri, and Zhou. Wow. Haas, first and third.
It's race day, with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Bahrain has seen some of the most dramatic races in F1, like Sergio Perez's incredible 2020 victory, surging ahead from being last on the opening lap.
So, Karun, how do you think the Alfa Romeo driver is going to be feeling going into this race?
I don't think there can be any real complaints over their performance so far. They know what's expected of them and they're making sure to deliver.
And there's going to be a lot for the teams to handle. So will the drivers and their cars be able to deal with the pressure here in Bahrain?
Oh, I just lost the chat. It just went blank. There we go. Got it back. Evening, Cloud. Okay. Smoothness isn't amazing for either driver. Wondering whether to attempt the one stop, but I think the two stops probably the right idea. Get the confidence high, go aggressive. Gonna under fuel by 1 lap. See if I can jump somebody off the line. And then settle in, try and save a bit of battery. Alright then. New team, new beginnings. Back at the back of the grid again.
Here in Sakhir, the floodlights are on, and it's nearly time for 57 laps around the Bahrain International Circuit. Everyone in the paddock seems to be talking about the Mercedes driver today.
While I imagine many are looking at the other end of the grid, I'm keen to see what they can achieve from P19.
But remember, anything can happen in Formula One. Here we go.
Belichick isn't the only driver getting his debut this season. What about Behrman?
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Don't hit each other, please. Oh, Belichick's throwing it up the inside. Gets past the Williams of Magnussen there. And Ollie's already starting to drop off. Giovinazzi gets up the inside of Magnussen. So bad first lap for Magnussen, losing 2 spots there. Pourchaire still holds the lead from Leclerc. Maloney still in 3rd. Schumacher's in 6th. Oscar's in 8th. So Oscar's gained a place. I think Schumacher's lost a place. And now we're going to just look to calm the car down a little bit. Wait for the DRS to kick in. Hope that the cars in front are burning up their batteries. So both cars in front are on mediums. That should make it easier to get past them when we do try and make the move, theoretically. Pourchaire absolutely destroying his tyres at the front there. 83% already. I wonder if he's using scrubs. Must be using scrubs. See if I can squeeze past Gasly here. Not quite. This is where Ollie's lack of overtaking skill hurts a little bit.
Try to get him. Get him.
And he gets him there. That's good. Oh, contact. And that's taken some life out of his tyres.
Yeah, all good.
And we've had a crash on track. Now this was the Alfa Romeo. And you can see how tight it is. And not just one car involved in that,
please be a racing
see.
incident. I
Now
just
their
got this horrible
confidence will
feeling we're
take
going to get a
them.
penalty for that, because we always get the penalties.
Let me do over push it.
Copy.
Alright, so we've moved Isaac through. Has hurt Ollie's confidence a bit. Let's put Isaac in a good spot. Hopefully he can now hunt down Sonoda. Hopefully Ollie can stay with Isaac. I haven't seen an investigation thing pop up yet. We haven't been given a penalty, so that's good. Keeping an eye on Belajax. So Gasly's tyres were damaged as well. Was his car damaged? Yeah, he's missing the end plate on the front right there. Oh, his confidence has recovered nicely thanks to those defensive moves to cover off Belajax. And he did that in low defense as well, which is nice. So target for tonight is to get one car in the top 15. We are on target for that right now. But obviously it would be nice if we could get higher than that. If we could get points in the first race, that would be glorious. I like to get the temperatures down in Hajar's tyres, but I need to keep him on the back of Tsunoda and Russell right now. Russell in 13th. So he's dropped quite a few places. What tyres is he on? He's on mediums. Oscar's currently still in 8th. Mick's still in 6th. They're all stuck in a train. Maloney has got the lead. Porsche has dropped down to 4th place. Haas looked like they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, at least at the start of the season here. And now Russell is in danger of dropping the DRS, which means Yuki will make a lunge. Keep an eye on that. There he goes. Just going to get him into turn 1. But Russell should get the DRS straight back on him. Cover the move off. Behrman's confidence almost back to where it started, which is good. Recovered nicely. Belichick's looking for a dive, maybe. Just a little far. Turn that off now. Now that we've got Behrman back into fighting shape. I was just thinking they're going to hit each other, and they did. God damn it.
And here we've got a yellow flag. Now this was
Alright, so we can't let them race.
Not a lot of wiggle room here. The cars coming together right there. The teams will no doubt be very keen to establish the full extent of the damage.
That is frustrating. It's very frustrating. Alright, tyre damage. A little bit. Maybe. Car damage. No damage. That's something. But the loss of confidence is not good. And we are a long way off where we need to be now. At least try and get them back on terms with each other and then get them to hold position. And then we can use team orders to swap places and drag the other car along. Hopefully. Well, that has just made this race even tougher. We're getting to the pit window already, opening up in a few laps. Berman is dropping off as well. Not surprising. We've almost got Isaac back onto the back of Ollie though.
Okay, we need to push a bit more.
Copy.
Your best, come on, let's push.
Copy.
Uh, 1.3 seconds slower than the Williams in front. That's not good. Hopefully an undercut onto fresh tyres will help us recover a little bit more. Oh, that's a wide moment there for Isaac, pushing hard. We have taken a little bit out of the cars in front. Gasly's race is done. Russell's tyres at 76%. Russell is on a one-stop. So is Max, I think. Except Max is keeping his pace consistent. Russell is lapping very slow. 1:36.0. I think Russell's going for the one-stop. I think Max might be looking at his tyres as well. Norris's tyres are in really strong shape as well. I wonder if he's looking at a one-stop. And there's Ocon into the pits after just 14 laps. Wow, that is a very early undercut. Off those mediums onto a set of softs. That's very, very early. And he'll come out right behind Gasly. And that gap has been getting bigger again since we stopped using the battery. These both drivers are into medium confidence, so they're recovering reasonably quickly. Gasly's in. This will be for a new front wing as well. So some interesting strategies going on. Some teams boxing very early. It looks like at least 2 or 3 cars are going for a one-stop. Norris, Verstappen and Russell. Verstappen, if he's one-stopping, that's quite frightening pace. The fact he's able to stick with the group led by Schumacher. All right, our first pit stop with Alfa Romeo. Can we get a sub 3 second time? Nope. 3.29. Eesh. Oh, we got our work cut out with us. But, hey, Hedgehog, you'll be able to see in real time how we can improve our pit crew. What objective have I set myself for this file? Just going to try and not replace any of the staff members, and just we've got 3, maybe 4 seasons before the new game comes out. Just try and get them as high as we can. See if we can win races in season 3. Maybe fight in season 4 if we get a season 4.
Okay, copy.
Just basically just do as much as we can. We're kind of locked in with our drivers. We're pretty much locked in with our staff. I'm not going to make any improvements there. We've got very little money, if any, coming in. No, it's a bad stop. I don't think I'll get sacked. I've never been sacked before, and we only have to finish in 9th this season to hit our objective. So I can't see that being an issue. A 6.2 second stop. Ugh. I'd like to get the pit crew competitive before we leave the team. That would be nice. Yeah, how did you do last night, Anthony? I forgot to ask. Which race was it? Brazil, yeah? Well, maybe you could do something at Vegas. Porsche into the pits. A pole position sitter. That's a bad stop. That's going to be Haas's biggest drawback this season, is they've got a decent car and a terrible pit crew. That's going to rob them of potential, podiums, maybe even potential wins at points this season. Confidence-wise for Behrman, we are looking at positive stats and just into the positives for Isaac. That's a new personal best first sector for Ollie. Should be a personal best lap for him. Albon now into the box, the lead Aston. Giovinazzi is following him in. Now, we were kind of fighting with Giovinazzi, but we're a long way off him. That's a bad stop. But he's gone for another set of softs. It's a decent stop for the Williams. Going to come out very close to his teammate. There's us in the background. And there's Ollie. 133.9 on his last lap. Switch to Isaac, who is close-ish to the Williams, but I don't know whether he's actually going to catch them or not. Medium tyres on Gio. Leclerc's in, Maloney's in. Can Haas pull out a decent stop with Maloney? My guess is going to be no. Schumacher's coming in. It is a bad stop. That's a solid stop for Schumacher. New fastest lap for Sainz. Oh, Maloney almost managed to get out in front of Sainz. He did block his teammate a little bit, and that's going to hurt both of them. It's going to give Schumacher a chance, maybe. 1:36.1. Not good enough. We need more than that. The low confidence is hurting. Norris and Joe, their tyres are still in really, really good shape. Max, 59%. Russell, 64%. Russell's definitely one stopping. All right, Stroll into the pits for Ferrari. Stop. I never did look at to see who Ferrari had picked up as their new sporting director. I know it wasn't Alan Permain. He is in pre-contract. Magnussen sets the fastest lap. Gets out just in front of Bellajat. 1:35.4, that's a bit more like it. Still a little slower than I'd like. Let's check in with the champion. Could be boxing this lap. Looks like Schumacher's put on a set of scrubs. Title race is wide open, says Derek. Well, maybe. I mean, it's the first race of the season. There's a mix of strategies. You know, some two stops, some one stops, different compound choices for the two stops as well. Close performance. I'm not reading too much into the first result, but there's definitely some pace in a lot of cars. Jeddah will be an interesting race, because everyone will be one-stopping at Jeddah. That'll be a bit of a clearer picture, I think, as to who is going to be quick, who is not. Oscar just getting out in front of Albon. He's gone on to mediums. I think Albon's going to get him. Oh no, he blocks him. Good defensive driving there from Oscar, holding the position. And that allows Tsunoda to make the move behind. And Oscar feels the need to go defensive, which means he's possibly going to lose 2 places here. Oh, how did he stay ahead of both of them? Norris is into the pits. So, is this going to be a one stop? On to lap 23. No, it's not. He is two stopping. So it could be a very short stint on mediums at the end then. Max's tyres still at 55% on lap 23. Russell's at 60%. Russell is absolutely one-stopping. I would imagine Max is probably one-stopping. Let's check how we're doing. Pace-wise, we're kind of on par with Giovinazzi. Magnussen's on softs. But we are a long way back, unfortunately. Six and a half seconds. try and close that gap between our two a little bit. Big group of cars queuing up now behind Esteban Ocon. Got Maloney all over him. Norris just outside of DRS, then has Sainz, Porsche, Schumacher behind him. And then a little bit further back, you've got Piastri, about 4.2 seconds back, ahead of Albon and Tsunoda. There comes Maloney up the inside. Not sure who's going to get the DRS here. It might be Ocon. Keeps his nose in. Does get the DRS, and now Norris is all over him. Just over a second out of Isaac on that lap. Want to get the two of them together so that we can save a bit of fuel, get a bit of battery recharging going on, see if we can try and push one car at a time, close the gap to Giovinazzi. Still hopeful that we can get ourselves into the top 15. But we are a little way off at the moment. Stroll is leading the pack. You can see we're, 16 seconds behind at the moment, 15 and a half seconds behind. So a fair bit of time to make up. Joe boxes. That's medium tyres, and that could possibly be a one stop. See Max and George still above 50% on their tyres. If Max is one-stopping, then he is going to be mighty scary this season. If he can keep that kind of pace going on a one-stop. And we are still losing time.
Get him.
All right, nearly back at starting level confidence. Not too far away from starting level confidence. You can see the big difference in overtaking between the two drivers. Ollie's overtaking is pretty weak. Desperately need to get that stat up. He's going to be effective this season. Isaac potentially a little bit slower, but a lot more comfortable in attack.
to overpush it.
Copy.
Wait, are we really suddenly 11 seconds behind? Oh, wow, yeah. Joe and Joe Venazzi are both pushing very, very fast. No wonder we've suddenly lost a bunch of time. Oh, dear. That makes things hard. We're now 20 seconds behind Stroll. But Magnussen's the target. Unfortunately, he's on the back of Stroll, so with Stroll lapping a second quicker than us as well. And Gasly's actually catching us, which is really not good. Right, Oscar currently in 11th place. Kind of squabbling with Albon. Schumacher in 7th. Max and George still haven't stopped. Leclerc has punched his way through and has broken away at the front.
I think we need to start getting a little bit quicker.
Copy.
So let's pick up the pace.
Yeah, copy.
The fastest lap for Max, sorry, for Charles, a 1:33.0. Max 1.4 seconds slower. Still pretty quick though, considering the state of those tyres. Oh, that puts our pace into perspective. Russell 1:35.4, seconds slower than Verstappen. Maloney's now punching through though. Back up to 3rd place. Haas could be on for some really solid points tonight. Albon and Piastri are swapping places. Piastri will be able to pull away a little bit. So I knew this was going to be a challenge this season, but we've inadvertently made this race harder for ourselves. Shouldn't have let them fight. Stupid of me. Thought, they'll be all right. Nope. Contact in the very first race. They are looking after their tyres pretty well though, so I'm going to up the tyre pace. You can see Ollie, he is comfortably staying with, so he's definitely the quicker of the two drivers. I'm going to switch him over on the next lap. New fastest lap for Yuki at 1:32.8. Will hurt Hajar's confidence a little bit to boost Ollie. This is why I hate being at the back of the grid as well, because you just constantly can't actually see the gap on the timing page. Always overwritten by text from engineers. .131.9. Lap times are definitely starting to fall. So Ollie's battery is now fully recharged. Gasly is just about caught up to us. He has caught up to us. He's in the DRS now. And Max finally boxes. Feels strange seeing me at the back of the grid. Yeah. Been there enough times over the years. Russell's in as well. Solid stops for both drivers. They're both comfortably going to get out of us. We are an entire pit straight behind at the moment. That's not good. You can see how much more pace gas he's got since he changed his front wing. Slots past Hajar. He's going to slot past Ollie here as well. Evening, Brento. Is it possible I could go through how to manage pace, ERS, fuel? Yeah, I mean, fuel isn't too much of an issue. I mean, if you overfuel, then you're going to have fuel to burn. The fuel setting here isn't really how much fuel you're burning so much as how much you're pushing in the braking zones, whether you're braking late or whether you're lifting and braking early and lifting and coasting into the corner. Obviously, if you're braking late, then you're going to burn fuel at the maximum possible rate. If you're in balance, then you're doing a little bit of lifting in the braking zones, not much. So you'll recover fuel at a slightly quicker rate. If you're in conserve, then you're braking quite early and lifting and coasting quite heavily into corners. So you're going to be vulnerable to lunges from other cars, but you will regain fuel quite quickly. And that can vary as well depending on which engine manufacturer you're with. Renault is the most fuel efficient manufacturer, so their fuel burn is lower than some of the other teams. In terms of tyres, once your tyres get below 60%, they really start to drop off in terms of pace. I generally try and manage my tyres based on the strategy I'm on. I try to keep them around the line if I can, maybe just under the line if I'm feeling like I'm going to undercut slightly on my initial strategy. I like to have a little bit of tyre left to push hard towards the end of a stint. But that's me personally. I just find that it's better to have the pace in the middle and the end of the stint than the beginning. And as far as ERS goes, trying to make sure that you've got some battery available is always good. I mean, if you are going to bleed your battery, then I usually go trickle charge. You know, oh, god damn it. God damn it. Ollie.
Oh my.
So let's try to do a basic.
Well, that's major chassis damage. I'm glad I didn't put the new chassis on him this seat tonight. I'm just going to retire his car. Got a VSC. Can I capitalise on this with Isaac? Yes.
We've got a yellow flag here. Now here we are at the final
yeah, in terms of
corner.
battery, a good way to recharge your battery is to sit behind another car and just put yourself into harvest mode and then try and manage your pace so that you're not trying to overtake. So lower the overtake chance, lower the tyre pace. Also, one thing to be wary of, when you're in the dirty air, tyres will overheat a lot more. So you've got to manage your tyre pace again when you're stuck in the dirty air of another car. But yeah, the best way to recharge your battery is to be in the DRS of another car and then just make sure you're harvesting in the DRS zones. If you need to go back into top up between the DRS zones, then that's... I didn't even think about the penalty. Should have kept him out to clear the penalty. Never mind. When you get a VSC, put your tyres into cool like this. Put your fuel into saving like this if you need to save fuel. You will save fuel at a faster rate in this setting than this setting, even under a VSC or a safety car. So if you've already got, you know, a little bit of fuel in the tank that's spare, you might want to sit in push mode so you don't end up with way too much fuel. But it comes with practice. You know, the more you play, the easier it just comes. You know, in terms of managing your strategy, it's all dependent on how good a car you've got as well. You know, if you've got the pace to be able to just sit behind a slightly slower car and build your battery back up, and then push past at quick pace, break away from it, get onto the car in front again, ease your pace off again. You know, that's a very effective way of managing and leapfrogging your way up through the order, rather than just going flat out all the way and destroying your tyres. Turn that off now because there's no teammate to fight. Would have been nice to have actually had a full safety car. Close the field back up, but we'll just have to make do. How many laps have we got? So I boxed a little bit early, but they will still go the distance. Just have to be wary about not pushing them too hard. At least I'll have a little bit of fuel to burn. Let's get those tyres up to temperature. And then we'll hit a fastest lap attempt. Or at least just push the pace really hard for a lap or two. Ocon and Sonoda still need to pit again, as does Leclerc. Porsche is probably going to pit again as well. Stroll will pit again. Giovinazzi will pit again. Everyone else is now pit to the finish, with the exception possibly of Zhou. But you're going to see how quickly my tyres burn out in this pace setting. Over one lap. Evening, Adrian. We're Alfa Romeo. Ollie Behrman and Isaac Kajar. Behrman just speared Gasly into oblivion. So right now, Schumacher is looking pretty good for a potential win. He's going to the end. Everyone in front of him has to stop again, except for maybe Zhou. Maloney behind is going to be a threat as well. So expect Schumacher and Maloney to be fighting for the podium. But they need to get clear of Zhou quickly. because 24 seconds is about what you need for a pit stop. All right, so just over a lap, we lost 5% on the tyres. Now we're going to calm them down again. We're going to keep pushing the battery and the fuel. Let's go back to Mick. Has to get this move done. Ocon's into the pits. So this is a critical stop for Ocon. Needs to get out in front of Zhou and Schumacher. I don't think he's going to. No, he's not. It's not Ocon I was thinking of, it's Leclerc who needs to get out in front of Schumacher and Zhou. Ocon is all the way down in 16th place. It's a big queue of traffic to fight through. It's got soft tyres, but a lot of cars in front on pretty new rubber. Schumacher did get through. Hasn't broken away yet. Going to top up, keep the pace up, but slowly rebuild the battery. Where is Oscar? Oscar's in 4th and does need to stop again. Now he's in 5th. How is it so far with Alfa Romeo? Painful. Let's see what Yuki can do in his pit stop. Going to get out side by side with Ocon, just behind him. It's a mighty lap for Schumacher. Maloney's got through as well, and Zhou is now dropping off. So Maloney and Schumacher are going to be pushing very hard over the next lap or so. We are still 15 seconds off the back of Albon. 15th place. Our target is now 23 seconds away, and we're unlikely to get it. And they have taken a couple of seconds out of Leclerc, who comes into the pits. So Leclerc might come out just behind these two or alongside them. He will have soft tyres. So Leclerc is now probably favourite for the win. In fact, very much so. You just got Schumacher coming around the final corner now with Maloney. I think Leclerc might get out just in front of him. It's going to be very close. It's going to be very close. Schumacher just gets through into first of that little trio. That's your podium right there, I think. Maybe Norris might get involved in the conversation as well, but I think your podium is going to be Schumacher, Maloney and Leclerc, and I think Leclerc's going to win this race. The one stop hasn't really worked out for Verstappen or for Russell. Oh, yellow flag. Oh, is it Mick? It is Mick. What happened to Mick?
We've had a crash.
Pushed off the track by Maloney. And that's destroyed both of them in terms of getting on the podium. So now it's Norris
They all knew what that
and Norris and Leclerc. Schumacher's not even going to get in the points at this rate.
Now. Pushing a bit too hard at this point. Has to be said, that was pretty risky.
So a rough start for Schumacher, our old team.
And you can just feel the frustration from the team watching on the monitors.
I have to say that was Maloney's fault. And Maloney's up in 6th as a result of that. Schumacher down in 16th because of the way the game holds cars and doesn't let them rejoin. We didn't have enough managerial rating to go to Ferrari, or Mercedes for that matter. Ferrari wanted 700 and something, Mercedes wanted 430, I think, 426, something like that. Our managerial rating was 408. We gained 200 points on our managerial rating for last season, but it wasn't enough to get a job with either of those two. So the only two teams that would accept us would be Alfa Romeo or Haas if we decided to leave, and I'd already committed to leaving. So yeah, not great. Be a bit of a challenge though. See how well we can do with Alfa Romeo. I had really looked forward to improving either Ferrari or Mercedes, but we missed out on Mercedes by about 18 points, 14 points, 16 points, something like that. Not much. It was really close. Hajar's tyres are slightly overheating. But he's still okay, still on target to cross the line with a little bit of rubber left. Piastri's been overtaken. Piastri's still to stop again. I'm guessing he's going to stop this lap. Porsche will probably stop this lap as well. So it's looking like Leclerc, Norris and Maloney. Maybe Sainz. How far back is Sainz? Sainz is there as well. Max is now back into the picture a little bit. Oh, could Max actually get on the podium with the one stop? Evening refill. Giovinazzi boxes. So we are up to 17th, but we're only a couple of seconds ahead. Expect Giovinazzi to come flying back past us again in a minute. We'll try and stay with him if we can. No pit stops for Porsche or Piastri. Oh, come on, boys. Don't destroy your tyres. Don't throw away decent points finishes. So Leclerc gets up the inside of Porsche. There is Giovinazzi. Closing in on us. Tyres are still slightly overheating. Let's just get them down a touch, a couple of degrees. Back into the white. Car looks slow. Yeah, it's not horrendously slow. It's just we've dropped off the pace because we've had low confidence because we've had incidents. Our two teammates hit each other, dropped them to the back, right to the back, and we've never really recovered from that. It's not a million miles away. We've got a new chassis and a new underfloor in production. I've got one chassis available to put on the car for the next Grand Prix, maybe a second in time, if I'm lucky. Not sure when the first underfloor will be ready. Maybe for Jeddah. Should hopefully have an underfloor on both cars, a new underfloor on both cars by Melbourne. Got a new side pod and a new I think just a new side pod as well in development right now. But we're still racing, whereas everyone else has improved their car since the winter, we're still racing with our winter spec car. So there is more performance to find, and we're not a million miles off. Still no pit stops for Piastri or Porsche or Stroll for that matter. So this is ruining all of their races. There's a huge traffic jam starting to form. Max gets through past Maloney. And it's now looking like it's going to be Leclerc, Norris and Verstappen on the podium. Although there's a lot of squeezing going on. And still no one's boxing. There we go. Giovinazzi has caught us. Try and recoup a little bit of battery here. Make sure we stay in the DRS zone. We missed it. See if we can get back in for the end of the lap. Eleven laps to go. Not looking good for staying with Jo. Unless we can just sneak back in here. Well, we're not going to get our 15th place target. That's where Mick is right now. Does he have damage? Yes, he does. He's got wing damage. Piastri has dropped all the way down to 11th place and still hasn't pitted. Stroll and Pourchaire still haven't pitted. Come on, boys. Throwing your race away here. Oh my God, they're staying out again. Look at this, they're going 4 wide down the main straight. Ah, what a disastrous start to the season, not just for us, but for our former team. A collision for Schumacher took him out of contention. A stupid strategy decision has taken Oscar out of contention for points. He's going to come out behind Hajar at this rate. Who just does not have the pace to stay with Giovinazzi. This is it for us. So we're going to protect the car. May as well go for a fastest lap attempt just to see you know, if we're capable of it. We'll box with a lap or two to go. Put on some fresh softs. I think we still have fresh softs. Oscar finally boxes, my God. Pourchaire, Stroll, still out there. That's an average stop. He is out behind. World champion now down in 18th place. He's going to be very quick right now, but it's too little too late. Stroll and Pourchaire still clinging onto the points somehow. But they are absolutely destroying the race for everybody else. Schumacher might actually get in the points now. He's up to 12. He's fighting his way back through. And, well, Stroll and Pourchaire are going to drop out of the top 10, so that will promote, potentially, Schumacher. He might be able to move up another place here. Not quite. They're staying out again. This is bizarre. Utterly bizarre. Schumacher trying to go around the outside of Pourchaire and gets him. Schumacher's back in the points. Now, can we actually get a sub 3 second pit stop? Nope. Our stops have got worse. We started with a 3.1, 3.2, now it's a 3.3, we've got a 3.4. Behrman's stop was a disaster. Now it's 6.5 seconds. Schumacher's now past Stroll. So that's 9th place. So 2 points rescued. It is Leclerc from Norris. Verstappen fighting with Maloney for the final step on the podium. Hedgehog's pulling the salt away. You'll be breaking it out again by the end of the season, I hope. And finally, Stroll and Pourchaire decide to box. Clean stop. It's probably quicker than us. So Oscar did a 1:31.7 on the last lap. He is absolutely flying, but he's way too far behind to do anything. Schumacher, 1:36 on the last lap because he was so slow, held up. Ocon's did a 1:31.4. Schumacher's got a bit of breathing room on the cars behind. But he has a tyre deficit. He's not going to move any further than 9th, I don't think. Not without a mistake from someone. So, can we get into the 1:31s with Hajar on this lap? Maloney is ahead of Verstappen. Maloney could get on the podium. It's a 1:30.7. That's a quick lap. That's a very quick lap. Unfortunately, it's not quick enough. This has definitely been a sobering experience, this Grand Prix. But it's been a chaotic one for a lot of cars. I mean, look at that podium. Look at the top 10. You've got a McLaren in second, you've got a Haas in third, a Ferrari fifth, an Alpine sixth, a Mercedes in seventh, another McLaren in the top 10. Alpine are in there in sixth. Aston are in there in 10th. Schumacher's in 9th. There's a lot of different manufacturers in the top 10 there. .130.2 for Stroll. We were half a second off on our fastest lap, I believe. What was our fastest lap? 130.7. 130.2 for Stroll. Yeah, only half a second off. And that was with confidence. It was pretty much baseline confidence as well. So that's not too bad. You know, I say no upgrades on this car yet. Let's keep an eye now on the fight for the final podium position. Got a yellow flag. I thought I heard contact. It is an Alpine.
There's been a crash.
It's Sonoda. He has hit somebody. I did wonder if we were going to go through the whole race without hitting someone. Sonoda just turns in on Russell.
And for the crew watching on in the garage.
So Russell's on for good points. Now he's got damage. He's going to be vulnerable to Zhou. Schumacher's now up to 8th place. Don't think there's enough time left for him to actually capitalise on that any further, though. This is a real fight here between Maloney and Max. Very talented young drivers, Maloney. He's got some very, very impressive stats. Haas can get on top of their pit stop issues this season. They can actually be a serious threat for consistent points finishes, consistent high points finishes, because they are losing time every time they hit the pits. No penalty for Yuki. He got away with it in that in that respect. Sainz has got promoted into the top 10 thanks to that, and has now got past Albon, closing on the back of Schumacher. It's quite a train that's forming up, and they're in DRS range now. You just saw Oscar at the back of that train as well. There he is. Maloney's doing a phenomenal job here. He's held Max back consistently for a lot of laps now. When he did get overtaken, he got back very quickly again. Haas is definitely a bit of a rocket ship this season. Schumacher is still holding off Sainz, but look at that queue that's formed up behind him now. Sainz has dragged everyone else up with his pace, and Schumacher could get picked off by multiple cars if he's not careful. He's still able to hold off Sainz at the moment. We might not finish last. We are just less than 2 seconds now behind Yuki. We are flying up to the back of him. Maloney's got the move blocked again. It's just superb driving from Zane Maloney. He will fully deserve this podium if he gets it. Max having a look, can't get through. Meanwhile, come on, get an overtake in. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Now hold the position. That was it. That was Max's last real opportunity, and he's not taken advantage of it. Schumacher now, can he hold on? I think he can.
That's Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is today's winner. Charles Leclerc there, taking home the win.
That's a comfortable win as well.
Astounding. I don't think anyone would deny them their victory lap after a race like that.
Maloney will hold off Verstappen and take the final step on the podium. Schumacher is going to hold off Sainz for 8th place. 4 points. And we are 17th, but not last. There we go. The end of what has been quite a painful race. We ran out of fuel as we crossed the line. But we are home and hosed in 17th.
Now, wasn't that a disastrous day for the Alfa Romeo driver?
Well, I think most people expected them to really deliver here, but it's a disappointing finish outside the points.
So then, Karun, in terms of the Alfa Romeo team, how will they be feeling after that?
They'll be disappointed. Neither driver really shone here, it has to be said, and there's quite a bit of work to be done, but they'll be well aware of that.
And that is about that for this weekend's action here in Bahrain.
The teams now look ahead to the next round, where they'll duel it out in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia.
All right, so confirmation of the final result of the first race of Season 6. Charles Leclerc wins ahead of Lando Norris, and Zane Maloney rounds out the podium. Max went for the one stop, made it work, finished in 4th, nearly got the podium. Ocon up 6 places, a good opening race for McLaren. George up a couple of places, went for the one stop, would have finished higher, would have finished in 5th if it wasn't for Sonoda. Zhou up 3 places. That's some good opening day points for Mercedes. Just 4 points for Mick and for AlphaTauri, our former team. Not a great race for them. Terrible strategy for Piastri as well. Sainz, not a good race for him, down 4 places. Albon gains 5 to get the final point of the season. Bottom half, final point of the race, not the season. Looking at the bottom half, Magnussen up 7, Giovinazzi up 8, Belizac's up 6. Good debut race for him. Piastri, disaster. Terrible strategy, staying out way too long. Same for Stroll and Pourchaire. Pourchaire had a chance for the win for tonight, or at the very least, a double podium. And team threw that one away. Let's see, Yuki being Yuki, torpedoing Russell with a couple of laps to go, ended up dropping down all the way to the bottom. Isaac home in 17th, never really back in contention once we had that collision between our two drivers. And of course, Behrman then went one better and took out Gasly, and will take a penalty in the next Grand Prix. And Yeah, not a good start to the season for us. So, driver standings, there is your top 10, same as it's just been for the race. Constructors standings, Red Bull are back to the top. Ahead of McLaren in second, Haas in third, Ferrari, Mercedes, AlphaTauri, Alpine and Aston. Looking at the bottom two, Williams finish above us because both of their cars were ahead of us. Let's see how we did in the pit stop competition. Very, very bad, I'm guessing. Not even on the top page. Oh, we are, on average about 8/10 away from getting on there. It's a 2.2 second stop for Red Bull, a 2.2 for Alpha Tauri with Mick, 2.3s for Max and Oscar, 2.4 and 2.5 for Ferrari. Pretty closely matched stops there. Both McLarens in there and both Alpines in there. So the standings look like that. Red Bull top with 40 points. AlphaTauri in second with 30, ahead of Ferrari. 1 point ahead of both McLaren and Alpine, who are tied in fourth and fifth. Early days, but our pit crew is a long way off at the moment, slower than Haas. Haas's fastest pit stop was a 3.1, ours was a 3.29. So, yeah, a lot of work to do with our pit crew this year. There you see our stops. A disastrous stop for Ollie with a stuck wheel nut, a 6.3 second stop, a 3.3 effectively there, a 3.4, and then a 3.3. Yeah, a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. As far as the sponsors go, not great there either. So we didn't get the finish position streak, obviously. Didn't get the fastest lap, that was never going to happen. We didn't get both cars into Q3, which was never going to happen. Performance guarantees, though, is where we lost. We didn't get one car in the top 15, we didn't get one car in Q2, or one in the top 15. So we lose 76 grand. We come out with less than we should have done, so 2.34 mil added. A lot of money. Let's see how much damage was done. Hopefully only to the car and not the powertrain. Comparing the powertrain, there is a little bit of damage. Nothing major. Or is there actually? 85. Let's have a look. So 88 and 85. Yeah, it's 85 and 82. So a tiny bit of damage to the powertrain, but nothing too substantial. Let's change out that chassis, put the new one on to to Ollie's car. We'll have another one for Isaac, hopefully. Go ahead and manufacture that. Take 10 days, Jeddah's 11 days away. Let's just make the one for now. Side pods, haven't finished yet. Underfloor is still in production. Don't think we'll have two in time for Jeddah. Maybe if we're lucky. Yeah, just. That will help. That will give us a nice speed boost, a definite boost in the cornering. Give us a little bit of an acceleration boost as well. There we go. Weird to only be able to make 3 parts at once. Side pod's still 8 days away. We can now get another project going, potentially. Only got 2 mil. That's not enough to go intense on another project. So we're going to get a new chassis up and running as a new spec improvement on the one we have right now. Let's add a bit of extra drag reduction on that one. A touch more airflow. Strip the weight off. That'll be worth just a tiny little bit of extra speed. Not much else. There we go. Get that into production there. Let's also, if we've got enough money. No, we don't. Not yet. We're only a couple of days away from the start of a new month and a new ATR period as well, so we'll wait for that. Need to replace the front wing as well. There we go. Not expecting the board to be overly thrilled with that performance. They were satisfied. Oh, okay. I'm not used to that. I was expecting to see a disappointed there, but no, they were satisfied. They really have low expectations this season. That's good for us. That helps. Right. Can we boost the helipad up? 800 grand. Yes. Let's get that up and running. That'll be 12 days. I don't think that will help with our payouts. I'm not sure. In time for Jeddah. I don't know if it will actually come into effect or not. We shall see. We'll advance time a little bit. There we go. New month. So, how did our drivers do? A point in adaptability for Isaac. Nothing for Oscar. We don't really care about Dino because he's just there to fill the seat. Right. Training. They desperately need it. Go. Just doing a little bit of maintenance on the car building, keep that nice and high. So, by the end of the month, we will have further reduced the chance of the mistakes down to under 17%, taken another couple of hundredths off our estimated pit stop time. Would love to really focus in on the gym training a bit more, but I need to get that mistake chance down into around 12% before I think about that, I think. There we go. We've got some more money. 5.5 mil now, so we can get a new part into development, but we're going to wait until we can get the new ATR period first, I think. There we go. New ATR period starts today. Plenty of hours available here. We need a new front wing. We need a new rear wing. We need a new suspension as well. Let's see which is the worst. So, not bad with the suspension. Not a great rear wing at all. Not a great front wing either. Let's see. I can't afford both. Let's go with the rear wing because Baku's coming. And we'll do a front wing after that. Going to throw all of our hours into this. Try and really get a monster rear wing. If not on this one, then certainly the one that we make after this. So yeah, let's go with that. We'll work on downforce with the front wing, but the rear wing we want to work on drag and DRS. Try and squeeze a little bit more pace out of the car that way. There we go. We are 46 days away, so we need 2 engineers on that. There we go. Side pods are ready to go into manufacturing. Let's get those into production. 16 days, so we'll have those on the car. Well, we'll have one on the car for Jeddah. No, we won't have either on the car. Well, they'll both be on the car in time for Melbourne. There we go. Am I gutted or happy about my former team's race? Disappointed for them. I was hoping that they would, do better. I think they've definitely got pace. Schumacher was a little unlucky. Oscar had a ridiculously stupid strategy. Hopefully we'll see a more realistic indication of their pace at Jeddah. See how they do. Let's get the new chassis onto both cars. There we go. Let's take it off of one car for now, because I want to see how much of an improvement we've made with those 2 new parts going on for Jeddah. So we have found quite a nice little bit of extra performance there, as you can see. The underfloor has given us a nice boost to downforce levels. The chassis has certainly helped with that as well. Sorry, the side pods. No, chassis, yeah. The chassis has helped with that. We've reduced a bit of drag. We've improved the acceleration, improved the engine cooling, stripped quite a lot of weight off the car. The rear wing will help improve speed, acceleration, DRS quite nicely. It'll also improve our dirty air. We'll get a little bit of a gain, but negligible in terms of downforce. But that is a nice little step forward that we've made. And those are decent looking numbers compared to where we were on the old spec. And that's only 2 parts. So when the side pods come through, when the rear wing comes through, and the next part that we're going to put into development comes through, that will help push us forward a bit more as well. Let's make sure that I put those parts on now before I forget. Just hopefully we won't damage that chassis or that underfloor, because we don't have spares right now. There we go. Let's say new side pods to come for Melbourne. And that is it for tonight. Difficult start to our Alfa Romeo career, but we've got 2 young, talented drivers. They need a bit of refinement, but they've got plenty of time to do it. Does mean we need to, at some point, try and invest some more money into our training facilities, both for staff and and the race sim as well. Still have a couple of car development facilities that need to be improved. They are needing refurbs, and they are going to cost us about $5.5 million for the pair, which isn't great, but we've got rid of the disaster that was our factory. We've sorted out the design center. We've had a CFD upgrade that was given to us at the start of the season. That was quite nice. That was already in process while we were joining the team. We've sorted out our team management facilities. So we've got our helipads leveling up to max level now. That'll help with our sponsors. We've got our tour center up to full spec. We've improved our boardroom and our other facilities. Our weather center is still fine. Our memorabilia room's now improved again. We are slowly but surely putting the pieces in place. A long way to go until we're going to be fighting for points on a consistent basis. But if we can keep this slow rate of development going and not fall too far behind in the development race, with the amount of hours that we've got, we should, depending on the regulation changes, have a nice step forward by the end of the season going into next season. We only need to finish in 9th, so I might, depending on the regs and what they're going to be next season, I might do quite a lot of research for next season and try and get a jump on the regulations if there's going to be big changes, which there might be. I mean, we had big changes for the 2025 season. Or was it the 2026 season? No, the 2026 season. We had really big changes. No, well, it was a 2025 season. We had really big changes. We took a big step forward there, and then we refined that for 2026. Yeah, it was 2026, big changes. We took a big step forward in that season, and then 2027 was the year that we refined everything and got the championships. So maybe regulation changes semi-substantial at the end of this season. Maybe we'll get big changes. I think we're probably another year or two away from really big changes, but we'll see what we can do. There is definitely potential in this team. I mean, you saw just how much those 2 new parts have added to our car. We've got another part going on the car for Melbourne, and then another part on the car for Baku. Maybe another part on top of that for Baku if we're really lucky. So it's not a great start, but it's not doom and gloom. We have definitely got potential to push this team up a bit, and I do think we will score points this season. Not sure how many or how frequently, but we will get points this season. That I'm pretty much sure of. So we go again tomorrow at Saudi Arabia, where hopefully we can at least achieve some sponsor goals, get a bit of extra money coming in, and see if we can take another step forward at Melbourne. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob. I'll be back with more F1 Manager at the usual time tomorrow. Until then, you take it easy.